Hello friends, this is Dr. Sudhanshu Sharma, and today we will be discussing about the spreadsheet concepts. And the objective of today's session is that this session will help you to understand the basic features of Excel, likewise creation of worksheets and computation of data. And after completing this session, you will be able to understand the screen display of Excel, and you will be able to work with Excel in order to handle the data in an appropriate manner. So first and the foremost thing, being a novice to Excel or a spreadsheet software, the first and foremost thing you need to understand is that how to start an MS Excel. There are various ways to work with MS Excel, and first is that you can go to the start menu, that is click on the start button and go to the all program section, and after that in MS Office section you can select the MS Office Excel part. Thereafter you may also opt for another way where you can go for clicking on an Excel button, that is Excel icon on the desktop if you have one, or you can go for any Excel sheet and you can press Ctrl N button. When you press Ctrl N and altogether a new worksheet will be opened. When Excel opens, a new document is called a workbook in the Excel, and the default name of that workbook is in fact is book 1. So you are having a workbook, and within the workbook you are having different worksheets. So by default there are 3 worksheets available, and you can increase or decrease the worksheets. We will be discussing about how to increase the number of worksheets or how to decrease it in this session also. So in this session you will be understanding about the different notations, different names. Likewise, we are having what is a cell, what is a formula bar, what is an office button, how to go for the quick access toolbar. So what are the symbols available on the menu bar are actually mentioned, and you should be comfortable about that this is your menu bar, this is your quick access toolbar. There are how many rows, how many columns are there. So A, B, C, D, that is alphabets are representing the columns, and 1, 2, 3, 4 are representing your rows, and the intersection of alphabets and columns is actually the cell address. That means we can have the cell address as A1 or B3 or anything like that, and we will, in this session we will be discussing about different type of cell addressing. We will be discussing about the relative cell address and the absolute cell address, and there are different functions, formulas, different tabs available, and they are being listed over here. Now important thing is that how to work with the worksheet. So when you open a workbook, then you click on the office button and click new, and it will open a window where you can select a blank workbook, or you may go for the default stored installed templates from your system, and if they are not available, then you are supposed to download it from the templates from the respective site. So that means if you want a blank workbook, you can directly choose that, or you can go for the online templates or the templates which are being already installed onto your systems. So this is how you can start with your worksheet of MS Office, or this is that MS Excel. And then you should firstly understand that how to save the data, because you opened a worksheet. Now the next important thing is that saving of the data. So to save an Excel workbook as a file, you need to go for some of the steps. That means you create a data set in the workbook. Say you create 2 rows or 2 columns, say roll number and name of the students, and marks of the students are being stored into the worksheet. Then you click on the office button which is placed at the top left corner of your worksheet, and choose the save as option, and it will open the dialog box where you can write the file name of the workbook, and thereafter you can directly save the worksheet. So now you learned that how to work with worksheet, how to save a worksheet. Then many times it is required that you need to open you want to open an already saved worksheet. then how to go for it. Then in order to perform this opening process, you are supposed to go to the office button, choose the file option and go for the open option. Select the open option under the file tab, and when you choose this option, then a dialog box will appear, and when this dialog box appears, you are supposed to browse where your file location is. The moment you browse your file location, you just click on the open button and the respective workbook will be open. So there is an option where you can work with altogether multiple workbooks. Many times more than one workbook are required to work simultaneously. So the complete window is being occupied by one workbook. So you need to have a look or view at multiple workbooks altogether. So in order to handle this type of situation, the simultaneous viewing of multiple workbooks, you are supposed to go into the view tab which is available into the ribbon, and you click on the switch windows in the window group, and a drop down list of all open workbook is displayed, and you select which workbook actually you want to work with. The current workbook has the check mark beside its name, and you may select any workbook from the list and make it a current part, and the multiple workbooks will be visible to you. And this option is very useful the moment you are supposed to work with multiple workbooks altogether. Now closing a workbook is again a part that you cannot directly press the cross button. You firstly need to save the data, and then it is you are supposed to go for the close option. And to close an Excel workbook in a proper manner, you click on the office button and then select the close option, and by doing this you are saving the data also simultaneously. Now handling of the data is also very important work, because Excel is meant for data handling. So in order to perform data handling activities and how editing is performed, firstly you need to open a workbook and start your work on the worksheet. Likewise you record some of the data, likewise say you record roll number, name, marks, contact details and anything into your worksheet. And at time you might require inserting or deleting a worksheet and cells to be selected. So you directly go click the worksheet and right click, and you can choose the insert option, and you can the moment insert option is selected, number of options appear. Likewise you need to insert a worksheet altogether, or whatever things you want to insert, multiple options are available. Then you simply select the worksheet and click OK, and one more worksheet will be entered into your workbook. So you are seeing into it that one more worksheet is already entered, and now in this new worksheet you can again enter more data. So on the same lines you can go for the deletion of the worksheet. You can click on the worksheet, right click and select the delete option. The moment you select the delete option, the respective sheet will be deleted and it will be removed from the series of the sheets which are being present into your workbook. Now the Excel spreadsheets are actually meant to work with the data. So you are supposed to understand what are the different type of data that can be handled by Excel worksheets. There are in fact three types of data. You can work with numeric data, you can work with textual data, and you can work with formulas or functions. And we will be discussing about formulas, how they are different from functions in the subsequent sessions. Apart from this, the worksheet can also hold charts, diagrams, pictures and other objects, and these objects are not contained in the cells. Rather, these objects reside on the worksheet's draw layer. There are different layers into the worksheet, and onto the draw layer we are having the we can hold the charts, diagrams, pictures and other objects which are invisible, and this draw layer is actually invisible layer on the top of each worksheet. So entering of the data is important part. You need to understand how to enter the data, because the moment you directly enter the data, it will be treated as standby, that means a number or a text. But if you start entering the data with the equal to symbol, equal to sign, it will transform, it can work as a formula or a function. So understanding how to enter the data appropriately is important part to understand. So in order to understand or in order to edit or enter a data in a cell, that the cell must indicate the following things. The moment you select a cell, it is being highlighted by a dark black border, and this is known as the cell cursor in fact. And the cell address appears in the name box of the formula bar. And a cell address is actually the combination of the columns and the rows. Likewise, I already said that A1 relates to the column 1 and row 1. So if I say B2, that means it relates to second column, that is B, and row 2, that is 2 number. So B2 is the address of the cell where row is 2 and column is B. So you can perform various formatting options, and in order to perform formatting, so formatting of cells can be performed by selecting the file tab, and when you select the file tab, you can directly go into the format section, and where different options are available. You can adjust the row height, column width, you can auto fit the row height, and you can go for the visibility. You can hide the rows, you can unhide the rows. Apart from this, you can rename the sheet. That means your name of the sheet can not only be sheet 1, sheet 2, sheet 3 or so on. You can make it your taxation, credit and debit policies, or portfolio management. You can rename the sheets. Apart from this, you can protect your worksheet by using the protection section in the cell formatting part. Also, you can lock the cell and format the cells. So these are some of the options which are available in Excel. Apart from this, you can edit the values available in the cell by using different options available under the editing head of the file menu. Now, where you can go for the editing tab, in the editing tab, the eraser option is available. In that eraser section, you can clear all the things available in a cell, or clear the formatting, clear the contents, clear the comments. We will be talking about how the comments can be incorporated onto the cell. Then there is summation symbol, where you can the frequently used symbols, formulas are in fact mentioned over here. You can edit that by opting for the sum, average, count numbers, and so on and so forth. Subsequently, we are having a filter option where you can arrange the values. You can customize your filtering options, you can customize the sorting options, you can sort the data in ascending order, the descending order. And a binocular is also mentioned in the editing tab, where you can find, replace, and go to a particular cell. You can go for conditional formatting, you can go for data validation. Data validation is a very important part, and we will be discussing the data validation and its requirement when we will be talking about the advanced Excel section. So apart from this, we are supposed to understand how to work with the external data. So when we are going to work with the external data, many times it is required that we need to call the data from the other types of data storage mechanism. Likewise, maybe some of the data is stored in a say text file format, and then you are required to call the data in the text file format into your MS Excel. So otherwise you need to retype the data, and if there are say hundreds and thousands of the rows available for the data, then the data handling will be quite cumbersome. So in order to help you out, Excel provides you an option. You can go into the data tab and select the external data option. When you select the external data option, different types of data you can work with will be reflected. Likewise, you can call the external data from MS Access, from web, from text, and from other resources. So over here we will be discussing about that how to call the data from a text file. So say you are having a text file over here. For an example, we took import.txt as a text file. So when you click that you want the data from the text file, so a dialog box will be opened where you can locate the data from which text file you want to get the data imported into your Excel sheet. So here we selected the import.txt file, and the moment you select the import.txt file and you click the import button, then the text import wizard is actually activated, and the default selected option will be delimited. The delimiters, there are different type of delimiters. We are having tab, semicolon, comma, space, and you can specify your own delimiters. But in this text file, the tab delimiter is used. That means to enter the data, likewise roll number, thereafter a tab is pressed to enter another column name, and tab is opted to enter another column program, and thereafter tab is opted to enter another column course. So to enter the data, the tab option is used as a delimiter. So it is automatically identified that within the Excel sheet, within your text sheet, text file, the tab is used as a delimiter. Then thereafter you can click the next button, and you want the data in the format, in a general format, and you just press the finish button, and the moment you press the finish button, the data is reflected. The cell position where you want the data to be reflected, that dialog box appears. Say over here I select the position $B $7. Now what do we mean by dollar? Dollar is an absolute address. That means the row is fixed to be 7 and the column is fixed to be B. So at the position B7, the entire data of the import.txt file is reflected. And in this figure, in this image, we had shown import.txt in the notepad option and the data stored in the import.txt in the Excel worksheet. So this is very useful function. You can directly import the data from the txt files and call them in MS Excel, and you can work with the different formulas and functions which are available in that data. And we will be discussing about the other functionalities in the subsequent session. Thank you very much.